Kayfabe was a way to show respect to the audience and respect your own business. It was a way to protect it.
But to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, we are the generation. You make your rules, and we will. Give the people what they want.
Which is
Leo 5.
I watched
Leo.
Yeah, I definitely had to watch. I definitely had to watch the
Leo
Thomas last
5
match or Kenta. I definitely had to watch this match.
So speaking of Leo 5 Live, the first match started with Kalisto beating Knight Kanellis, which is horrible. Who's booking this crap?
Greatest,
No.
greatest.
The storyline is building. Let's not just say Mike Kanellis lost. The whole time Maria Kanellis is on the announcers booth, and she's talking shit back and forth with Aiden English.
She was
talking about I'm 15
commentary.
years. I'm 15 years. The experience we have, and the whole time Aiden English is like, but where's your win? And I'm like, facts. Where is the win?
But she did hit him with a
The
zing
match
back though.
the match was really good.
They have to get booked to win.
Yeah.
They have to get booked to win, but for the sake of the storyline, going forward, it was amazing. Where's the win? And the whole match, she's putting over Mike, and Aiden is like, but what have you done recently? But what have you done now?
Well, she said to him, "Oh, look at you with your big commentary pants on." Ooh, burn.
Yeah, but they're building upon the fact that Mike Kanellis hasn't been getting wins and stuff like that. But let's be real. Like I always say when it comes to Mike Kanellis and Maria, Mike came in on drugs, needed his time to rehab it.
Yeah, he just started.
Maria decided to have a baby a month or two into her run.
And she broke her wrist.
So they still gotta earn that back. And she broke her wrist, right? So they still gotta earn that back. And this is the way.
And it actually
you bring it to the You bring it to the forefront. She denies that. You bring it to the forefront, and you have it involving your storyline. So Kalisto winning, Lucha House Party winning, period, kind of annoys me nowadays.
Yeah.
Just because of the way they're booked together.
Yeah.
So Kalisto wins, but.
I mean,
they did a good job on commentary.
Their faces, but they always interrupt during the match. How is that?
I don't know. I guess if you have a little childish gimmick with you throw candy at people coming out of your.
I don't know. And such.
Let's move on from that.
so the next segment was early in the day segment where Tony Nese started attacking Noam Dar in the parking lot, as he said he would last week. More of that. So
you know what I liked about that segment was the fact that most of these segments in WWE, when they go backstage and oh my god, they were sneak attack. Yeah. The quality and the production is fucking immaculate. You got HD cameras recording this sneak attack. This felt like somebody pulled their cell phone out and started recording the fighting in the back, and that's the part of production that when they put little details like that, I really appreciate it.
It makes a big difference.
So, it looked really good. It looked really good on screen.
Mm-hmm. And then, just for that, Drake Maverick suspended Tony Nese until further notice. So, who knows when we'll see him. The next match is Akira Tozawa, and he beat Hideo Itami.
This is a good
former allies are now fighting each other in a match.
Good send-off match.
You have Kendrick and Akira's corner, and Navari in Hideo's corner.
Respect me!
And Akira hits the German suplex with a chop rope senton for the victory. Yeah, the match was whack. It was horrible.
Especially knowing that he left right after.
I don't think it was a horrible match. I mean, we've seen Hideo Itami do a lot. Nah. Both of these guys have way better matches.
You know what?
It was,
people might not like it. Hideo Itami can't go like he used to. Hideo Itami can't go like when he was Kenta. At me, and let's see the next couple of months where he goes if that proves me wrong.
I think Hideo Itami can definitely still go at the same level.
I don't know.
I think he can. I think he's been showing it. I think
listen,
he's been showing it.
He's been on a relaxed schedule, a rare relaxed schedule with WWE. Rare.
I think the matches
And
he
you
gets into
can,
a lot of
and most of your matches, you've either injured yourself or they weren't that good matches. Let's be honest. The highlight of his 2018 was his match with was it Mustafa that they put him through the table?
Yeah.
That was his highlight match of 2017. And let's be real, Mustafa was on fire.
Yeah.
Mustafa was on fire. So I don't care who gets mad at this. Kenta cannot go how Kenta used to go. Because when Kenta tried to go, he injured himself multiple times. Because nobody in NXT who comes from the Indies gets reduced in quality in the ring. They do not get reduced in NXT. If anything, they use that knowledge from the Indies and the way they used to go and implement it into NXT. You couldn't even give us a solid NXT run. And you're already on a relaxed schedule. Kenta can't go. Prove me wrong. I respect the guy. He's a legend in his own right, the creator of the Go to Sleep. But let's be real.
I mean, he was signed as basically like a replacement of CM Punk. Hey, this the guy that originated the GTS and stuff.
But
like
they didn't really swerve into that direction, so I can't really agree with that. He was booked as, hey, this is a big Japanese star. He's a legend in his own right. This is a big acquisition. That's how they booked him. NXT booked him really fucking good.
He got injured, yeah.
He got injured. You know, it's bad luck. Nobody goes out there and plans to get injured. But let's not take away from the fact Kenta cannot go the way Kenta used to go.
Damn.
People get older. Bodies deteriorate.
Damn.
Time kills everything. Like, anybody else want to do it? I'll probably get a flood of acts like, hey, Kenta this. I can't believe you said that about Kenta.
I mean, like Adrian English said, what have you done recently? And it was not much. Daivari turned on him after the match. I would have liked to at least see that feud.
Listen,
just so he
sorry to say,
Daivari over.
There was somebody on the forum that put, oh, just another person leaving that I don't care leaves. And it's sad to say because taking nothing away from Kenta and what he's done as far as his abilities go and what he's done for the business, but you didn't get any shine as far as for you doing it for yourself. And you can't say it's one of those WWE, WWE didn't handle him right. No, he got the proper shine in NXT. He got injured when he got called up. He got injured again when he got called up. And he saved Finn Balor. And then
just got injured.
And then when you come back, you got a manager. You have the best match of the year with Mustafa Ali. You just had a title match at the Rumble. There's nothing to bitch about, people. Kenta can't go like Kenta used to go.
Alright, so we'll see what that's
It's NXT. So NXT started.
I was gonna say this. NXT. This is like
this is
a recap show.
Episode.
Yeah. Street Profits is the only standout of that.
What are you talking about? How you gonna try to jump over Pirate Bay and Sky Bay, the Sky Pirates, the Black
You know why?
duo?
Because they were fighting against Jessamine Duke.
That's not their fault.
And the other one I can't pronounce.
That's not their fault.
It was
That's not their
crazy.
fault.
They're greener than that cup.
The Sky Pirates carried the match.
They did. They
and,
really did.
You know, it's obvious Shafir and Duke needs more training, like 2-3 more years.
They need to do more house shows.
They need
to do more house shows.
Years. Do more house shows.
You know what it is? They should have never booked them as 4 horsewomen in.
Did I hear?
Did I just hear that punk over there say anything about the 4 horsemen?
The greatest. Alright, anyways. Black Lotus duo, Sky Pirates, whatever you want to call them, obviously outclassed them in every single way. The Pirate Bays?
The Pirate Bays.
Pirate Bays.
Sky Pirate Bays.
Sky Pirate Bays. I like that. Hashtag Sky Pirate Bays.
Sky Pirate Bays.
So, Duke tried to do the ground and pound on Kyrie, but everybody that watches Stardom knows that Hojo is about that life. she was basically reversing the ground and pound, giving her own. It was back and forth. The Black Lotus duo does a pop-up anchor elbow drop on Saphir. Io dives on Duke, getting her out. Shane hits her insane anchor elbow drop on Saphir for the win. Great match for
Nice.
Sky
So
Pirate
basically,
Bays.
Oh,
That
we're
match.
over the green segment.
then after that, it's basically.
It was all recaps.
So we
Yeah,
get
this is all
we get
recaps.
recaps of Gargano versus Ricochet, Belair versus Shayna, War Raiders versus the Undisputed Era,
I mean, entire takeover, basically.
Ciampa and Black, and that basically took up the 75% of the show. The last segment, the main event, was the Street Profits. You know, they come out bringing their swag out like nobody can in the Harlem Heat gear, inspired of course. Montez puts his cup up, and the whole first row had the red cups up. That's green.
I don't know, but.
Green. Nice try.
Yeah, she's
So Street Profits almost get the win with Doomsday Blockbuster, but Gunner, I forgot his NXT name. I don't know, something like that.
Who are we talking about?
Gunner. You know that guy from TNA? He's in some kind of NXT.
He's
thing.
with the guy who's with that other guy I forgot, and they got that third guy. I forgot his name.
Everybody forgot.
It's Gunner, but you know I forgot.
Oh, I forgot.
I forgot his WWE name.
So
I will say
he interferes, said nothing.
he looks like a completely different person from when he was in TNA to when he's in NXT now. And why are they not pushing this man even more? Like
They forget to.
No, they just started.
I mean, I keep forgetting their
they
names.
just started. Exactly, you gotta push them out more. But anyways, they win, so that's the start of their push.
All
right
the
now.
sons are forgotten.
Yes, still forgot some songs.
So now we're going to across the pond to NXT UK, and the show starts with Bombers Dave, Matt Steve, beating Primate Joe Melrose. It was basically a squash match for the undefeated monster known as Dave Mastiff. He hits a cannonball for the win. So, you know, a pretty average match for Dave Mastiff. The next segment was the Grizzled Young Vets, James Drake and Zach Gibson. And if you hate Zach Gibson's shoes off, I can't find my shoe because my shoes are already off because that's how much I hate Zach Gibson.
You know what? I actually like Zach Gibson, so my shoes are staying on. How about that? Boom.
Yeah, I think I'm
Hot
starting
twist.
I think I'm starting leaving my shoes on too.
I like Zach Gibson, so.
So, anyways, they come out for their victory.
Shoes on.
They come out for their victory speech. Sid Scala comes out and tells them that Johnny and Sid found a great tag team to challenge the Grizzled Young Vets for the tag team United Kingdom Championships, and it's gonna be Oni Larkin and Danny Burch from NXT, and they're gonna challenge them at Worlds Collide. So we'll see how that goes. So the next match is a match, the butt match. I'm gonna say.
The butt?
The
Yeah, the butt match.
The butt match.
Mm-hmm.
And some of you guys may have already seen all over Twitter what Walter did to Jack Skadars.
I mean, I didn't have to see that.
It looked like-
Oh my
I
god!
look like that.
Listen, I'll be honest. That was like largely the reason for me tuning into NXT UK this week. I wanted to see Walter's debut.
Told you, man.
I've never in my life seen someone
Told
smack a man one time on the chest. One time. And that man's whole hand and forearm print is glued, like tattooed on this
He's
man's
hit people
chest.
harder before.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's
It
why
looked
for
like,
weeks
it
I've
looked
been.
like Thanos smacked him with the Infinity Gauntlet.
That's why for weeks I've been putting over Walter. I'm trying to tell you, he's not a joke.
So Walter hits the powerbomb for the win. We get into a backstage segment where Barthel and Acher walks to Walter in the back. Now Barthel used to be in a stable with Walter.
On the indie scene.
Yeah, on
Like
the indie scene.
PWG and Rev Pro and places like Defiant and WXW.
Yeah, so Barthel tells Walter that if Walter needs any friends, that they got his back. Walter doesn't say anything, and he just walks off. I mean, hey, you know, at least they didn't get chopped, right?
Listen.
So next match is Jenny, and she defeats Casey Owens. Casey Owens, for those who don't know, is a veteran wrestler. She has over 10 years, I believe, in Irish team. So, but basically, it's a great match. Jenny hits a great flatliner into a turnbuckle and finish her off with a suspended X Factor for the win. Pretty great match. And for the main event, it was Mustache Mountain, and they beat Barthel and Acher. Great match, lots of back and forth.
That was a good match.
Barthel and Acher looks like they're gonna be a great dominant force in the future. But the big strong boys,
Big strong boys. Mustache Mountain's one of the
they
best.
went with the
tag teams.
Snapdragon clothesline for the win. And that's it for NXT UK.
Yeah, that's one of the. Mustache Mountain is one of the best tag teams, period.
So
They also taped Worlds Collide. Should we get into that?
let's pause that real quick. Melissa did send in her notes. She did her due diligence for the podcast, and she actually sent Richie her notes on Ring of Honor. So let's shift the focus off WWE. Let's jump into the Ring of Honor for right now.
Let's go into some Ring of Honor. So we start with Juice defeated PJ Black. Man, I really wish I could have seen this match. Match.
He looks like he's in his fucking prime, PJ Black.
Yep. And Juice is kind of on that same wavelength right now. We're really just coming into his own. So after the match, Robinson said he didn't come here to win by disqualification. He said it's about honor and seeing who the better man is. Robinson said that he will be in Ring of Honor a whole lot more in 2019, and a positive change is coming. The message has, the Kingdom has a message for Villain Process. I'm Matt Taven.
Matt Taven.
And Matt Taven.
Respect that man. He's the real Ring of Honor World Champion.
Matt Taven be shooting from the hip, man.
You see that purple strap on that belt?
You got to be careful with that, man, because Matt Taven be shooting from the hip.
Oh yeah.
So in a backstage interview with the Kingdom, TK O'Ryan said he was surprised that Marty Scurll had new friends, but there are no enterprises allowed in their kingdom. Matt Taven took issue with Brody King's last name, saying that he can call himself King because he's Matt Taven. Then he marks that PCO says that he's not human, but he's seen PCO bleed. I've seen PCO bleed too.
Such a good little promo right there.
Yeah, I've seen PCO bleed by Vulture's chops. Shane Taylor defeated Mike Law. After the match, Taylor said that everybody has been wondering who paid him to take out Christopher Daniels. He said nobody paid him. Taylor said he decided to take out Daniels on his own from ROH, and he's just getting started.
Also, actually working the storyline of SCU leaving.
SCU!
As them getting kicked out.
SCU guys later. Cole Cabana interviews Flip Gordon. So I'm gonna Flip. So he congratulated he congratulated him on making Bully Ray say I quit at Final Battle. Now that that chapter is over with him, he wanted to know what's going on, and Flip Gordon brought up that he wanted to see an honor tournament, so the Ring of Honor Championship is on his run. Kenny King interrupted. King claimed that he was the last man to pin the ROH champion Jay Lethal. He threw up the footage on the screen and showed them, he was. How about that, huh? King said the whole world saw him pin the champion and he got screwed out of the title. Now Gordon is out there asking for a title shot. King said that he's tougher than Gordon and is a superior athlete.
This is all happening while Flip Gordon is still injured?
I have not seen this taping, but doing the timeline of it, I'm not sure if Flip Gordon is injured at this point.
Melissa, you still on the YouTube?
I don't think
you answer? Is Flip Gordon still injured while cutting?
Now he's still injured, but during this particular junction, I'm not sure if he's been injured yet because Ring of Honor tapes.
Oh, it's pre-tape. Right.
This is a while ago because they're still talking about Final Battle. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Yeah. So this is old stuff. Like the Elite just left, like 2-3 weeks ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So we get into a 6-man tag team match. The Kingdom, Matt Taven, TK, and Vinny versus the Villain Enterprises. Whoop, whoop. And that's Marty Scurll, Brody King, and PCO. After the Villain Enterprises entered the ring, the Kingdom came out to the stage and Taven interrupted the ring announcer. Taven said the Villain Enterprises doesn't deserve a title shot because they haven't team together yet. He said they need to earn an opportunity, and he has arranged for them to face a team who proved themselves. Taven said their opponents are undefeated, and out came at Shinobi, Shadow Squad, Cheeseburger, Eli, and Ryan Nova, who are 5-0 on future honor shows. The Villain Enterprises versus
that is like the social rejects come out.
Basically,
that's like
the social outcasts.
A whole bunch of people who didn't stop watching Naruto.
Yeah. Bully Ray sets the record straight. Bully Red said, "I never." So I wonder what's that? Some cryptic message going on.
Hearts?
Yeah, the heartbeat. Yep. It's a heartbeat. It's like a heartbeat. And then it says.
But listen, who do you think is behind that promo?
A new beginning from an old foundation. It says a familiar image. So this is obviously.
Hey, maybe Davey Boy and
maybe. I mean,
what's his name?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Teddy Hart, yeah, him and Teddy Hart.
Teddy fucking Hart. I've seen Teddy Hart wrestle live, man. He's awesome, and I'm probably gonna have the time to this coming Saturday at a House of Glory show. No, excuse me, I'm getting my indie shows mixed up. But the Lucha Brothers is going to be there. That's going to be the LAX versus the Lucha Brothers at House of Glory at Queens this Saturday. I'm probably going to be there for that.
So was that Ring of Honor?
That was Ring of Honor.
All right.
That was Ring of Honor.
So that kind of wrapped up the week. We gonna go on to
No, it does not.
Wait. Let's talk about MLW Super Fight that happened yesterday.
We can, but first we are going to go to.
I thought you wanted to cover the Worlds Collided.
Oh, we can do that, but we got to get to this new beginnings because a lot happened. A lot of good stuff happened. First off, Kushida, who
you got New Japan. You got to switch the lighting for the New Japan.
Turn to yellow.
Yellow.
Yeah. Or gold color. Since we can't get gold and red.
No, you got to put it white.
Black
and white logo they got. I love that logo.
Oh, I mean the main color is like gold and red though.
So I'm just put it. You know what? I'm just.
But we had the Bullet Club. We had Jay White.
See, Melissa doesn't even know who they're promoting.
Probably not supposed to. It's a cryptic message that's been going on for weeks. So we'll find out in time. So we had 2 Bullet Club matches. We had the Bone Soldier and Takahashi, and they defeated Taguchi and Honoré. I'm sorry if I'm butchering some of these names. I've actually Googled the translations earlier, so I'm pretty sure I'm getting a lot of these names right. The second match was Jay White and Battle at Fale, and they once again beat Okada. And no, excuse me, this was not Okada and this is not Okada and Tanahashi. This is Okada and Yoshihashi. And the main event of that card was Tanahashi versus Kushida. And like I said, we're probably going to see Kushida in WWE.
You mean Marty McFly?
AEW is at the Super Bowl. Of course they're at the Super Bowl.
Why wouldn't they be?
Why wouldn't it be?
Wow. At the same time, halftime heat is on. That is crazy.
Wait, is halftime heat on? Melissa, let us know when halftime heat comes on.
Yeah, Melissa says AEW's at the Super Bowl.
And
I can actually check if it's on now.
So that was night 1. And then we moved to LA because New Japan Pro Wrestling was expanded. They actually had a New Beginnings in LA. So Juice Robinson main evented that and teaming with Tracy Robbins against Rocky Moreno and Beretta. And I'm pretty sure this is like Beretta's last match.
Where's Trent?
With New Japan Pro Wrestling. We had Alex Coughlin go to a draw with Clark Connors. Jonathan Gresham defeated Tyler Bateman. Colt Cabana beat Shane Taylor. And Davey Boy Smith Jr. and Lance Archer defeated Brody King and Marty Scurll. I got to see that match. I was a pretty match. Yeah, this is new.
Oh, so Marty is still doing his little partnership with Ring of Honor. I mean, with New Japan.
This is This is New Beginnings in LA. But they were in LA. But this is New Japan. But this is New Beginnings
now,
in LA.
With this New Beginnings, let's talk about what happened surrounding this New Beginnings. Because the people in the forums are fickle.
They probably don't know. So after Wrestle Kingdom, they had shows.
There was a lot of people saying, "Oh, I'm so pissed off that I got tickets to New Beginnings. None of the Japanese stars." Well, asshole, if you didn't know, the government shutdown messed up the acquisitions for visas, and the Japanese stars couldn't make it. Not that they didn't want to, or New Japan
didn't. It's a
payday
for them. They're missing.
You know, not only that, it was always said from the beginning, whatever stars show up in the American leg of that pay-per-view, they would not show up on the Japanese leg of it. People, do your homework before you comment. And so many people flooded the forums. Oh my God, I'm pissed off. There's no one good. And you're not a fan of New Japan then.
Definitely not.
There's plenty. Even with this match, even with the lineup they had to throw together with, I mean, you got Jonathan Gresham, you got Davey Boy Smith, you got the Villain Enterprise.
Yeah, so halftime he's actually been giving an NXT marathon leading up to halftime heat.
Nice.
So they're still running their marathon.
Nice. And night 2, this is all leading up to New Beginnings is all gonna culminate February 11th. That's where we're gonna have the main event of Jay White versus Tanahashi. We're gonna have Balor Fale versus Okada. These 2 nights, bless you.
Thank you.
Evil has never beat Zack Sabre Jr. ever. He just can't. For some reason, he just got
Zack Sabre
Jr.'s son got his number. But today, Evil defeated Zack Sabre Jr. Minoru Suzuki beat Sonata. Suzuki looks like the Punisher. The way he got his hair cut, he looks just like the Punisher. It's crazy. I thought the Punisher was out there putting in hard times with people. Jay White and Balor Fale beat Tanahashi and Okada. Once again, and Jay White not only beat him, Jay White tapped Tanahashi out, spit on him, and literally took his championship belt.
Absconded.
Like, he is I'm really starting to really believe in Jay White. Like, it took me a little bit to convince him, but like,
I told you.
The way he's being booked, I'm really starting to believe. Like, he beat him very convincingly, tapped him out, and spit on him.
And now earlier I only saw the picture of Jay White holding the title up. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why would they have Tana drop it too? But now that I see Tana just tapped out and Jay White stole the belt.
I love that.
That makes the storyline so much more better and makes me actually want to invest in Jay White versus Tanahashi. I don't think them dropping the belt dropping from Tanahashi, that shouldn't happen quick. It should be built up over time.
I think that's gonna happen at the
G1.
I mean,
that's what it's looking like.
It's looking like
we still got what, 2 months away from the G1.
He's gonna have 50 and whatever number he lost. I think he lost once. His team lost once this time. So I think they're like at 15-1 or something like that.
Yeah, they've been whooping the Dream Team's ass, man. The Dream Team of Tanahashi and Okada has not worked out.
Yeah.
And I gotta
15-1, I believe.
I gotta say that
give it up.
Even
I'd have been turned on my side as a partner 15-1.
Like Okada's shorts still get the biggest pop of the night. Dead serious. Like, I watched the entire New Beginning Day 2, and his trunks, when he took off the joint in the show, they had the Rainmaker trunks on, that got the biggest pop of...
Shouts out to the new subscriber who subscribed during this live cast.
Thank you. Far too kind.
And is that... Oh, yeah, the post-match interview, yo. Like I said, that merely made me just believe Switchblade, because Switchblade is he's a heel, yo. He's a heel's heel, yo. He's about it, yo. He wants all the smoke, and he's getting it right now.
Every single part of the smoke.
He wants all of it. And the today, day 3 that happened today, Tetsuya Naito defended his IWGP Intercontinental Champion against Taishi. He retained. Evil and Sonata retained the IWGP Heavyweight Championships against Suzuki Gun.
Zack Sabre
Zack Sabre Jr. and
Zack Sabre Jr. son.
Shingo and Bushi defeated El Desperado and Yoshi for the junior. Well, they retained it. They retained it. They retained their championships. And that's really that's really it. I can't pronounce the other names. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of I know.
I can't lie.
I
butcher their names.
What I really do love is the character work that Tama Tonga is doing with being the good guy, because he's working.
You saw how they tried to tell him, glad it's your turn to close line. He's like, no.
Which one are you talking about?
Then they end up grabbing him
and Ren Narita defeated Takahashi Iizuka and Taka Michinoku.
Taka Michinoku?
Yeah, he manages.
He still wrestles.
Still wrestles.
And he manages Zack Sabre.
That man is a Japanese legend.
Everybody tap out.
And then Manabu Nakanishi and Tiger Mask defeated Ayoto Yoshida and Shota Umino. And then the last match is Toa Inare defeated Yota Tsuji.
Yep, and then we cover the rest of the card. So,
I think that's how you say it.
the New Beginnings, I'm pretty sure it picks back up the 10th. So the main event is the 11th. So let me see. Let me just look at the calendar real quick. So if it's the 11th on our time. So yeah, there might be another event, and then it's going to be the main event. But I know next time it's probably coming around is the 11th, and that's going to be Jay White versus Tanahashi. And, we'll see. We shall see.
All right, so let's go to this MLW super fight
That wraps up in Japan.
that happened yesterday. There was only 3 matches. The Hart Foundation defeated the Lucha Brothers to become the new MLW Tag Team Champions. Like we said, the Lucha Brothers are heading to AEW.
Oh, elite. Elite.
In the future, and AEW also announced a partnership with AAA, which means that since
They partly own Lucha Underground.
they already own Lucha Underground, so
That's why we
can
have Joey Ryan finally being the elite and alluding to his AEW status.
Maybe we'll see Eva Lee's in AEW.
I've been waiting for my baby Eva Lee's.
The King of Dong, the King of Hokish.
And then we saw Ricky Martinez with Selena Del Renta defeat Cotto Brazil.
Shout out to Del Renta, even though when you get that interview, it's alright though. It's alright. You're gonna want that. You're gonna want us to interview you one day. It's alright. And we'll still give it to you, right?
We're not bitter, mate. We're not bitter.
No bitterness over here, mate.
We're not like what's down for that. Anyways, Filthy Tom Lawyer defeated Loki to become the new MLW Heavyweight Champion.
I'm definitely gonna check that out. That's for the Hart Foundation. I'm a big fan of Teddy Hart, so definitely check that out.
Every time I see the Hart Foundation and I see Brian Pillman,
oh my God,
Jr.,
you had to see this.
he looks
MLW
exactly like his
Fusion
dad.
My guys on Armbar actually
where Tommy Dreamer and Brian Pillman had a Singapore cane match, and it was just brutal. They was hitting each other.
Beat the hell out of each other. That's what it sounds like.
You have to watch that on BEIN Sports.
Nice. So we're gonna wrap this up with World's Collide, right?
Yeah. We're gonna wrap it up with the taping,
now,
the spoilers.
This Worlds Collide tournament was
matches.
Long as fuck.
Yeah.
This tournament I think started around 12 o'clock in the afternoon and culminated into the actual event at 8 o'clock.
That's ridiculous.
I was so confused with this because they had about like 5 or 6 preliminary matches, and then when the actual show started, they had a battle royal to clinch a first round spot. I didn't understand that at all.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
But the match quality was amazing. We saw a lot of matchups between different brands, and honestly, this Worlds Collide tournament was exactly what the hell we needed to solidify NXT, both brands and 205 as something in itself.
Yes.
And it stepped up the importance because Raw and SmackDown were completely left out. So
good.
It was just the minor brands of WWE, but they finally stepped into the plate. I say that with heavy air quotes because we all know the real show is NXT right now.
They're being elevated they're being, like I was saying earlier, what Triple H was saying at the end of Blackpool, they're being elevated to being on the same standing as Raw and SmackDown. So I think his vision is in another couple of years, when you see NXT UK, you say that in the same breath as you say Raw or SmackDown. Yep. So hopefully we can get there.
This Worlds Collide tournament was actually granting the winner of the tournament a choice of a title match between any of the participating brands. So we could see the winner.
Dream could have challenged Pete Dunne.
Yep.
Aleister Black.
I think he probably might.
Buddy Murphy.
You know what's funny? I think he's gonna go for Murphy. For the simple fact, maybe 3 weeks ago, he posted a picture, and as much as they said they booked him at 235, his intro, Yamaz is making 205 weight, and he even said it. And
he does not look 235.
He showed a picture.
He's tall.
He showed a picture of him on the scale, and he was at 205 weight. So who knows? We might see Velveteen Dream force a call up and jump to 205.
That would boost 205.
Oh, immensely. And not only that, 205 Live is already cross branding with SmackDown, cross branding with Raw. So just more spotlight.
Daniel Bryan wants to have a mask versus hair match with Grand Metal Elite.
Oh, that's who he wants to do it?
So
Grand Metal League. That's just such a weird
Grand Metal Elite is
name to pull out the hat. No, it'll be a great match regardless. It'll be a great match.
Yeah,
but the he could have chose a whole bunch of people on that roster, and choosing Grand Metal League, that's obscure.
If Hideo Itami would have stayed around, we probably would have seen Hideo.
He was already he was already alluding towards that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with the Worlds Collide Round 1 first episode, whatever it is you want to call it, it started off with the 15-man battle royal, and Fake Balor wins. I mean Jordan Devlin. I'm sorry.
Oh man, go get some credit, man.
Jordan Devlin.
Give Jordan Devlin some credit, man.
That match with Balor he had was really fucking good. I like Jordan.
But it was literally like Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you're me.
Except Jordan Devlin looks more bulldoggy.
Are you trying to copy him? No, he's trying to copy me.
Are you mocking me? Are you mocking me? Why are you changing your voice? This is my regular voice.
Do it again.
So, anyways, let's get into the tournament standings. We have 205 Drew Gulak, and his first round pick was NXT UK Mark Andrews, and he defeats Mark Andrews. NXT Dominic Dijakovic defeats 205 TJP. NXT Keith Lee defeats NXT UK's Travis Banks, the Kiwi Buzzsaw, and NXT Humberto Carrillo defeats NXT Tag Team Champion Zach Gibson. The Velveteen Dream defeats 205 Live's Tony Nese, which is confusing because he's suspended in 205.
Yeah, I see that match. Look at that show.
Not sure why.
Well, he's on World Collide. He's not on the actual 205 show.
So NXT's Adam Cole
Baby
beats NXT UK Shane Thorne, and the big strong boy Tyler Bate
Tyler Bate
defeats 205 Live's Cedric Alexander.
That was a good match. I seen that match too. That was a good match.
Yeah. And
all of them were. I'm pretty sure all of them were.
And they also taped round 2, but I'm not sure. Did they show that already?
They did. I mean, we know the results. We know who wins.
Yeah, we all.
We know. You can get to the result. We know.
So with Worlds Collide round 2, you have Candice LeRae. She defeats Azia Lee. Fabian Aicher defeats Ligero. NXT UK's Tyler Bate defeats Adam Cole.
Baby.
NXT Velveteen Dream defeats Jordan Devlin. I need to get this correct. Jordan Devlin. All right, and then we also have a tag team match. Mia Yim and Tayana Conti beats the Hot Mess Chelsea Green and Vanessa Bourne. They have a single match with Tyler Bate defeats Jack Gallagher. We're not sure if they will show that or not.
What is this?
Worlds Collide. Round 2.
They had women's matches at Worlds Collide?
Yeah.
I didn't see
I didn't see any either.
This for the second round.
I missed that whole match.
Unless that's part of NXT UK.
They did do the pre-tapings of NXT UK.
That's probably what
because I did notice in the first show they alluded to what's the guy's name? He was the big guy in the Battle Royal that ended up getting the big English guy, tall. And he did that backwards flip outside the ring that way. You know who I'm talking about.
I didn't see a lot of the World Squad.
I forgot his name, but yeah, they alluded to the fact that he moved up. He moved up in the tournament, but he ended up losing that match on the pre-show. So
I mean, but look, we know who the internet knows, so we can get to the result. We can talk.
Yeah,
we can talk about the finals and who wins and
Oh yeah, but the WWE, the tournament finals ends with a Velveteen Dream, and he beats the NXT UK Tyler Bate. So now he has
a good ass match, and
only a match.
Mind you, they went 5 matches each. They went 5 matches total each. So Dream was pretty beat up, hurt. He was selling the ribs the entire match.
Nice.
And it even took like a desperation elbow drop to even win the match. So,
and then
well done.
So Dream wins the chance to challenge any champion from 205 Live, NXT, or NXT UK. And I believe they already take who he picked.
Yeah.
I don't know if that. Do you think so? Does that count for that? I don't know. I mean, because it would make sense for what Velveteen Dream is already doing outside of the Worlds. Even though Worlds Collide obviously is affecting main continuity storyline, it would make sense for Velveteen Dream to come out NXT and call out Johnny Gargano.
Spoiler!
Especially for what's going on. And so I'm assuming he used the win for that to challenge Johnny Gargano.
Well,
Johnny
I will
Gargano?
say any championship, it doesn't have to be the main championship.
And it makes sense.
You know what? I didn't even think about that loophole. And then why wouldn't you go for the top title of that brand? That doesn't make any sense.
The last NXT episode, he says his eye currently is on the North American Championship.
And that would be the reason to get off him. That would be a reason to get it off of Johnny Gargano. Just have Dream beat him, and then Johnny Gargano can... Because that storyline's obviously continuing. Even at TakeOver, soon at the top of the ramp, you see right before the flash at the end, you see Johnny Gargano look at the title.
But I don't think they're going to pull the trigger on that them fighting again for a long time.
You don't think so?
NXT is smart. NXT is smart.
It might happen at WrestleMania. It might happen at WrestleMania weekend.
You don't think so? Because they recently just taped Velveteen Dream versus Johnny Gargano twice.
With two endings.
Two endings.
Two endings?
So not even the fans that were there
know hold
what
up.
happened.
So at the end, so he hasn't pulled on the trigger on Gargano?
Yes.
Spoiler. His worlds collide. He pulls it on.
It's possible.
This is what we think.
It's possible. Yeah. Like I said, I wasn't there,
so we don't
actually know, and the fans don't know.
That's very Marvel of WWE. Like
smart because
it's filmed two endings.
So it ended. So he hit him with the Dream Valley Driver, picked him right back up. Another Dream Valley Driver went right to the top rope. Boom! Dropped the elbow. 1, 2, 3. Then they reshot the ending sequence. I think he went for a Dream Valley Driver. I think Johnny Gargano reversed it somehow. Johnny Gargano escaped, taps him out. Then he walks to the top of the ramp and holds up his championship with Tommaso. And he then in that scene, he's just looking straight at the championship. He's not even in the takeover. He kind of alluded to it. Now he's just straight like this with that. So we don't know which one happened, which I think is smart. I think we need to do that shit all the time. Honestly,
more of that.
They need to do that all the time, so we don't know. It's crazy because you don't know now because you can go this whole different direction with storylines. You go this way, but it's probably going to be with Velveteen winning. It makes the most sense. But the other side makes sense too. I don't know. Very interesting. And this is why NXT is the best thing in wrestling most of the time. A lot of times. A lot of times.
At least 99% of the time.
It really is, yo. To me, it's only when Wrestle Kingdom comes around, or Dominion, or they have that really big New Japan storyline that Japan takes that #1 spot. The main roster to me rarely takes that spot with being the #1 thing in wrestling. But NXT storyline, in-ring work, they're usually the best thing in all of wrestling.
And I agree. To me, WWE is the end-all and be-all, but is Raw and SmackDown the best show? Hell the fuck no.
Not even close.
Watch NXT. Watch NXT UK and implement 205 Live.
I will say this
honestly, watching all the episodes this week, watch every single episode WWE has to provide. Great fucking wrestling.
This is good wrestling this week.
But all those people who complain, the main roster's not doing this, Raw's not doing that. Support the other brands they got, because that's where everything you want.
That's what I've been telling you guys for weeks.
That's what everything you want.
205 Live, watch NXT, watch NXT UK,
legit.
on the WWE Network, only $9.99 a month.
Thanks, company man. Look at your company hat. Look at your company hat. But when the main roster gets it right, they look at Ronda and Becky. When they get it right,
it's
amazing. Right. So I give my credit when it's due. But
that being said,
we can keep talking because there are a lot more things to keep talking about because this new beginning just set up a whole new set of storylines.
We could keep rambling along, and we talk about wrestling. We could do it all night. Richie, tell them where we can find you at.
You can find me at Mr. Richie Moon, and you can
Hey,
find me
that's my line.
That's your line. Wow.
That's my line.
Don't you start that. You can't do me, and I'm cutting you off right now. Don't you start that.
Did I hear this bum in the ring say anything about the 4 horsemen?
Ever since Moon's baby left
Oh, no.
he needed a new place to crash.
You don't know nothing about the SmackDown Hotel in the ring or outside.
Goodbye and good